Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another daily update video. It is end of day Friday, so end of another trading week. And I don't know about you, but I had a pretty good day today for a couple reasons. One, we can see on the heat map here that the market was overall big green, and some of that may have been because of rumors that a new stimulus bill is in the works. We'll touch on that in a few seconds. But the other reason I had a great day today was because both of my options on AMD and both of my options on Space expired today, worthless. I was able to collect max profit, so actually for a total of $314, and I'll break down how I came to that total. But in 2 weeks trading, I basically earned what I consider to be an easy $314 in profit, which is not too shabby considering honestly all I had to do was spend 5 minutes of work setting the trades and then just sit back and relax for the next 2 weeks. So let's get right into it. I mean, taking a look at the big board here, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Apple, all were up 1, 2, upward 3% in terms of Apple here. The semis had a good day today. AMD rallied nicely, up almost 3%. Nvidia up over 4%. The Honey Badger Micron actually was down 0.7%. And we'll talk about that too, because someone in our Discord server brought up the idea that Micron has earnings next week, so its premiums were a little bit juicy and they were considering selling some cash secured puts on Micron. I looked at it, the premiums are juicy and we'll take a look at them, but I also had another idea of maybe opening up a put credit spread, because I personally don't have a lot of capital available that's free in order to sell cash secured put on Micron. So we'll talk about that, but let's get right into it. So I always like to start off with AMD here, and as we can see, yes, we sold off a little bit in the first 15 minutes of the market, but ever since 9:45 a.m., I mean, we rallied hard. We ended up opening the day at about 76.36, dipped all the way down to 74.96, and then currently in after hours trading, we're trading just shy of $78. So we were up just under 3% on the trading day, which was great for me because now that my covered calls expired today, I own 200 shares of AMD if you're not a long-time viewer, and that means that come Monday morning, I can sell more covered calls. I can sell 2 more contracts if I want to, and the real question now for me this weekend is at what strikes and at what expirations do I want to sell these covered calls. So let's look at it, because the great thing is, because we had a green day today and there's some rumors of a stimulus bill that's in the works, I'm really hoping that Congress passes the stimulus bill over the weekend and then we basically gap up green on Monday, because that will be an opportune time for me to sell covered calls, because the volatility is going to be high because of this big news breaking. And obviously if AMD goes higher, I was assigned shares at $85 a share because I sold covered calls and was able to collect a total of $97 per contract in max profit. My cost basis is essentially $84 a share now on AMD. So I am thinking about selling 84 strike covered calls, but the question now is how far to expiration, and I'll take a little bit close look at it this weekend. I'm just really happy that I was able to get max profit because, like I said, $97 per contract, and I have 2 contracts. I was able to collect $194 on AMD in 2 weeks, basically for 5 minutes worth of work of just selling these covered calls 2 weeks ago. So really happy about that. I mean, this is a great way that even when AMD dropped, right, I owned those shares at $85 and AMD is trading at just under $78. I'm still able to make profit on AMD, or I mean make profit in general, I should say. And that's the power of options and the power of the real strategy, that even when the stock goes down, you own those shares and you can sell covered calls against those shares to keep generating profit and generating cash flow. And then on the flip side, not only are you generating cash flow, but you're further reducing your cost basis. So I feel like it's a win-win. I love the wheel strategy personally. So let's just take a quick look at the TradingView graph here on AMD. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I think that there's an area of support around $74 and an area of resistance around $78. If you're a new viewer to the channel, I also do technical analysis videos on different tickers that are recommended by the viewers. So check out my YouTube channel for some of those. If some of this doesn't make sense to you, I try and do a better job explaining some of this technical analysis in this video, so check them out. I have a playlist dedicated just to my technical analysis videos. But getting back into it, so it looks like ever since about September 14th, AMD has been trading in this channel between about $74 and $78. And as we can see, if I zoom in here, these are daily candles again. We closed just under this trend line here. I mean, again, these trend lines are not exact. They're more areas than they are trend lines. But, you know, I feel like AMD is going to bounce around between 74 and 78 until at some point it decides it's going to rocket up and out. Or it could still rocket down and to the ground and fill these gaps here that are all the way back to low 70s and, dare I say, low 60s. But I think if a stimulus bill is in the works and it does pass, then I think the whole market is going to be green, and that might be the catalyst that AMD needs to get back up into the 80s. I mean, break past not only this trend line, but also above the 50-day moving average, which would be a very bullish sign, and then, dare I say, even above the 21-day moving average. So we'll have to wait and see, but if the stimulus bill does pass, I'm going to be very bullish, and it would be great news for me because then I can keep selling my covered calls. And if AMD's price is closer to 84 or 85, whatever strike I choose, then I'm just going to be able to collect even more premium value. So really hoping that a stimulus bill passes this weekend and just kind of makes the stock market go big green and gap up Monday. But we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, we may have a little bit of a pullback on Monday because we are getting near this resistance range. And if there's no big catalyst for AMD to kind of propel it out of it, we might sell off a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. The thing to keep in mind though, and this thing is I'm keeping in the back of my head, is that in October, in early October, and then again in end of October, AMD is going to have their conferences where I don't know if they're conferences, but they're going to release the specs on their new CPU and graphics cards. So that might be a big boost to AMD stock as well. So I have to keep an eye on that. But the other way I made my money this past 2 weeks is off Space or Virgin Galactic covered calls. And same strategy, I own 200 shares of Virgin Galactic that I was assigned at $19 a share, but I've owned these for just over probably a month and a half to 2 months now. And through selling covered calls, I was able to collect enough premium to reduce my cost basis down to $17.86. And so again, today, my covered calls expired. I sold them 2 weeks ago for $60 a pop at the 19 strike. And as you can see, we did not get to $19. So they also expired worthless for max profit. So I earned another $120 off my Virgin Galactic covered calls. So I made a total of $314 in the past 2 trading weeks for basically just placing the trades for a few minutes and then not touching them for 2 weeks. You know, you can go back to your life, go on vacation, whatever you want to do. And slowly, due to theta decay and time decay, I was just slowly making money. So again, same strategy. I'm going to look to sell some more covered calls on Virgin Galactic next week. But again, you can see we were just green all day long in Virgin Galactic. We were actually up 3.2%. So again, if the stimulus bill passes and we gap up green on Monday morning, you know, another great time to sell covered calls on Space. Taking a look at the options chain here again, you know, we'll have to wait and see. And I'm going to decide where, again, what strike do I want to sell out? Because the 19 strike, if I sell it for a weekly, it's not really giving me that good of a premium. I mean, it's decent, right? I would collect $7 in premium for $1,900 in collateral that I essentially have tied up. And that would be just about a 0.4% return on my risk, which is not bad, but I think I want to get more just to keep reducing my cost basis down. So I am looking pretty heavily at the $18 strike price. And the reason is, let's take a look at the TradingView chart here on Space. So similar to AMD, I feel like Space has kind of been trading below a price of about 1660, let's say, the high 16s, with a support level at just under $16. You can see it's been kind of bouncing in that range the past couple of trading days. Yes, it's dipped below yesterday, but it promptly came back up. It was trading between about 16 and some change and 18 before. So again, we'll have to see, because right now I am a little bit short-term bearish on Virgin Galactic because it is still trading between the 50 and the 21-day moving averages. But I think if we have another big green day off good news, we should be able to break past above the 1660 resistance level here, and then hopefully break above the kind of the $17 area where the 21-day moving average is. And that's why I think selling something at 18 is probably going to be a safe bet, because there are basically 2 lines of resistance to get to 18, and that's this trend line here that I drew, and also the 21-day moving average. And if I pick a short expiration like a weekly or a 2-week out, I don't think Virgin Galactic is going to get to 18 in 2 weeks unless some crazy news comes out. Now the scary thing is, is, let's say the stimulus bill doesn't pass on over the weekend, but there's still rumors, then I may wait until later in the week to sell my covered calls, because I don't want to sell a covered call on Monday, and then let's say the stimulus bill passes on Tuesday. Then if the market goes big green after that on, let's say, Tuesday or Wednesday, then I would have definitely left money on the table. So if these rumors are pretty serious, then I might wait until the bill actually passes to sell my covered calls, because I don't want to leave a lot of money on the table if the stock market just goes big green right after the bill passes. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the weekend. I mean, I have 2 trading days, or I should say 2 days where we don't trade, where I don't have to worry about time decay or theta or the Greeks or anything like that, or the stock market being open. And I can just sit back and relax, do a little bit of thinking, and, we'll make a decision. As you know, every Sunday night, I post my options trade idea video. So stay up to date. And if something happens on Saturday or during the day Sunday, I'll definitely talk about it in that video on Sunday night. But that was my trading week for this week, and really for the past 2 weeks. I am really happy that I was able to collect $300 basically for just sitting back and doing nothing and just owning shares. And I'm basically collecting rent on my shares. That's essentially what selling covered calls is. It's like you owning an apartment and you're renting it out to somebody. I'm owning shares and I'm just renting it out for profit every week, which is a great strategy. I love the wheel. Let me know how your trading week went. I hope it was profitable for you as well. As always, join our Discord server to join our trading group to bounce ideas off each other. We are most active during market hours, which is great. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And as always, happy trading.